Thanks for staying with us. We're still celebrating fathers, and we have a caller, Chief Kalu from Ikeja. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well.
And everybody looks so beautiful. I want to wish myself Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day.
Also, I want to wish me Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Because I did a major operation this year and I succeeded.
Oh, wow.
And by special grace of God, I will live on let the glory of God. And I will live above 100 years by special grace.
Amen.
For that, I want to say once again, Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you.
Morayo, you look so pretty this morning. I hope Mr. Brand appreciate you for coming here.
Yes, sir.
You look so pretty this morning.
Thank you, sir. All right, sir, thank you. You know, when Morayo was talking, in church also yesterday, we celebrated Father's Day, and all the kids were also asked to write something. The boys just said, I love you, Daddy, or something. Just, I love you, you're the best dad. In 2 sentences. But the girls took their time to really express it. Boys would always be boys sometimes, you know. But the girls said that, you know, that they know that, so we know you want us to be very academically smart, and we can't wait to make you proud, you know, stuff like that. He felt really touched, you know, because all the strictness sometimes that he exudes, he feels that he might be misleading the kids, but the kids actually appreciate the fact that there's somebody who's like that in the house. So I told because it was feeling like, Morayo, this write-up really touches me. And like, it should, because yes, I know you might come across as hard sometimes, but at the end of the day, kids would appreciate what your intentions are, and they will love you for that. So don't worry. I mean, he was really touched, and they were so excited to have their father. Yes, they celebrated
People are
him.
making me feel bad.
And you know, you didn't celebrate your daddy yesterday. Your husband yesterday.
My husband. So the kids wanted, there's this set of gifts my sister Miriam had gotten for her husband for Daddy's Day, and the kids wanted it. It's affordable. And said, this is Salakos, I beg, move. You know, I didn't listen to them, so they had nothing to really present him. But he didn't know that conversation had happened. I just mute, say, where I won't come out the money from. I reach, I know go talk side, you know. And we were just managing and all of that. So yesterday was just Happy Father's Day. That day after we prayed in the morning and hugged him, and they moved on. So he didn't know what they really wanted, and I didn't approve. Now I'm feeling really bad.
Yeah. But you see, but one of the things that I wanted to finish up with that, the kids, so my husband is a very hands-on dad. Okay. He's involved, and the kids know that. Yeah. And so he's there, he prays for them every day. I mean, I always think that maybe one day he'll forget. He never forgets. Every single day. Doesn't pass him most. And in fact, the kids are almost reciting the prayer because it's the same prayer points, the same thing. He says since they were born, the same thing he's been saying, even while they were in the womb. He's been praying for this time. So it's amazing. Like, so he's a great dad. Yeah. He's a fantastic father, and I also celebrate Mr. Femi Afolabi Brown. You know, you are a great father, and you know, I just wish you all the best as a father.
Yeah. So that you will not
get I wish your husband Happy Father's Day now. Properly.
Mohammed Oshovwe, happy birthday,
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. You know, really, I can't even underestimate the role he plays in their lives. Yeah. You know, and I see my daughter paying back because she's a daddy's girl too. She's quite close. When I have this rough fight with the dad and I will not want to cook, she cooks for her dad. And then when she's serving him, you know, you be really peppered. They are like that. Then there's this relationship, they are gel, that you got me to do something. It was in exchange for this. You promised, he keeps it to them, shows up for them. The first time when she went to school, he called me, said, we'll be visiting her every 2 weeks. She was the most visited student in that hostel. For the first time, I had to say, no, next time, I won't be going like that. And, you know, I see that everyday talk. They call each other. Thank you so much. I'm on their behalf.
Yes.
Since my own father don't died. On their behalf, thank you so much for all that you do.
Let me take a birthday from Songo, and I'll come to you, Ramat. A birthday.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma. I'm calling from Ogun State.
Yes, Ogun State. Go ahead, please.
I want to say Happy Father's Day to the great father in the world.
Yes.
To a great husband and a mentor to the children and both to the wife. And I'm also greeting Auntie Nimat. Happy April 3.
Thank you. And Ramatu.
Many more years, ma.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Well done, ma.
Thank you very much.
This is a first-time caller.
Oh. Thank you, boss.
Thank
All right,
you,
thank you very much. I have Festus from Kids also waiting. Good morning, Festus.
Good morning, good people. I want to appreciate my own dad.
Okay.
Thank you, Pastor.
The late RM of Saudi. She Gabriel Rishabu Yorimobuja, a great father. You know, being a chief, so he put that leadership quality in me. So throughout my life, I've always been following his footsteps. You know, he died a long time ago, but what he has put in me, he reigns supreme in my life. So I want to appreciate him. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a father that I have never met the man before, but I know of his story. I can't remember his name. I think it's either Mr. Johnson or something. I can't remember the name. But somebody was telling me, somebody really close to me was giving me a story about this father. That this father, he was a mechanic, and he wanted the best for his children. So he did everything. So what he did, that his kids were smart, so they got scholarships into secondary school. But they were, I think his children got into one of the private schools, either Corona or Atlantic Hall, one of those schools. And because they were smart, obviously, it's one thing to get into schools, another thing to buy books, buy uniforms, and all that other stuff that go with it. And he was sacrificing everything. I think the man used to be her driver or something, or somebody she used to know. Anyway, the man, when his children were graduating from the university, she was invited, and she was so proud because she saw the sacrifices he made. When he was a mechanic down their street, I think. Yeah, he was a mechanic down their street. And, you know, she used to make her husband's car and everything. So she just kind of had a relationship with him. And then they built on that. And she saw that, she was surprised to see that the children went to really good private school. I think either Corona or something. And she was wondering how he made the fee. He said everything he had, he gave to those children to be educated. He just wanted them to go to a very good school. And then when they graduated, she was invited, and she was so proud for the adults. It was 2 children, 1 boy, 1 girl, you know, and they had grown up and they were doing so well. And she could see the pride on his face that I did it all for these kids. You know, you could see the sacrifice, he and his wife. And, you know, when she was giving me that story, we were talking about something else, but because we're celebrating fathers, I don't know the man's name, but I celebrate men like that, who sacrifice everything, their life, their social life, everything they had, just to make sure their children are educated and have a better life. Some of these fathers are not they're not deadbeat dads that they expect you to come and pay them back. No, I did it because you're my child, and that's it. And leave me in this small house I live. Because the man, interestingly, the man still lives in the neighborhood because he's fine. He's not wanting to go and relocate me to anywhere. I'm comfortable where I am. But it's important to use him as a point of contact for other fathers like that, who are really giving everything they've had to raise their children. May God bless you, and may God reward you for the sacrifices of the past.
Let's use this to also recognize fathers who's difficult for right now. So I know a father, I was sharing with you, that family,
yes,
the dad. So they had to take his only daughter to the north, you know, because now they're homeless. I can't we can't raise the rent. He lost his job. He wasn't paid any entitlement. And so from the comfort he gave his family to slum, the contrast is too much. The girl can't, you know, she's exposed to a lot of crimes and ills in that place. The wife is complaining. So her own family said, take her up north. At least whatever we have here, we should be shielded. But the father can't be separated from his daughter and even the boys. And so I see the family, I see the struggle. I saw him, he's been sick back to back. He's now, you know, and he needs to get a job. Maybe he can then reunite his family in a comfortable place, but that is tough right now. So we see fathers, you know, who are at that crossroads, who are struggling to keep their family as one. They had to wrestle that girl out of his hands. Nobody told him. She's left Lagos since Wednesday. He thinks that, you know, she's sleeping with one of the families that accommodated them up north.
And fathers who have relocated their families, connecting with the families abroad. You know, there's so many kind of fathers who are struggling economically in this administration. This is really tough.
But, you know, I just wanted to say, interestingly, for some reason, my husband and I talked about my father this morning. I don't even know why. But there's something my mom used to always say. As I mentioned, my dad died before he was 30. And she would say to me, that concerning our education, that they will have this conversation just randomly. He will ask her, what would you do if I die? And she'd be like, oh, I will die with you. He was like, please don't do that. Just make sure my children go to the best schools.
Wow.
Get a good education. And she says that's one thing that she held on, that there were many times when it was just too hard for her to do the kind of schooling that she did and still live like, but she still remembered. At least that's one thing I remember that he insisted upon, and he insisted.
Fantastic.
So even in your death, sir, I mean, you left a mark, so yes.
I think that's all we can take on this segment, but happy Father's Day to all the men out there.
Yeah.
We did our best not to mention women, focused on men today, but they abuse us, but really, really, they are great fathers doing amazing things, and we celebrate you wherever you are across the world. God bless you and continue to increase you and give you capacity to do more. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we want our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.